Today, I'm gonna assemble the Apothecary Puzzle Chest. It's taken me about a month to build altogether if I actually add up the time. This is gonna be about a 6 or 7 step puzzle. There's 35 drawers. There's one large compartment. Here's all the hardware that's gonna go into it. Ton of handmade hardware. There's a little locking mechanism. There's little hidden latches. There's a little bit of antique hardware I found on eBay. There's a lot of springs. I like things to come undone, they pop out. You'll sort of see how it goes together as I put it together. I want to show the behind the scenes with the mechanisms. I know a lot of people like to see how the mechanisms actually work. But yeah, this is the Apothecary Puzzle Chest. Okay, so getting into the build, you'll notice there are a lot of screws. There's a lot of screwing going on, and not really the fun kind. But most of this hardware, I'll explain how it works later. Now, these pieces here, one goes here, one goes there. I've got these that go four of those. This whole drawer assembly was actually an afterthought. I had the whole chest built, and I decided that when you lift up the lid, if it didn't have something happen, it wouldn't be as interesting. So I designed this whole chest of drawers to rise up out of the chest when the lid opens, just to give it that little bit of visual effect. So these are the support rods. And then this one goes on this side. And then I could use cotter pins, but I don't have any cotter pins, so I'm just gonna use wire. The way I make the wire cotter pin is I go like that, and then I clip that off right about there. And that'll go in there. You won't see any of this because it'll be behind the scene. Tight. So if you've ever built something with me in the shop, you know that I do a lot of jimmy rigging where I just make things work. Cotter pins is one of those things. It's better than spending that time running to the store to buy the cotter pins. Okay, I'm gonna measure this, just make sure that these are in the right spot. He's gotta go next. And then these go on here and click into there. Okay, sure. Perfect. Now these go on the lid. This. Taunton. Okay, so this is my brother Tom. He's actually helped out with quite a few of my builds, but one thing about him is he absolutely hates to be on camera. So one of the agreements we have is that when he does help, he gets to hide behind something. And so you'll notice that every time he's on camera, he'll hide his face. Like right now, he's holding his arm up like that. Does not want to be filmed. Okay, now if you tip it up, there we go. And then the other side. Yeah, remember. Here. Easy. Easy. Lemon squeeze. That's how it's done. Put that bad boy on there. I like it because you can open it and then leave it wherever you get to. But it definitely needs the weight in the front because it gets a little tipsy if it doesn't have these drawers in the front. But now that that's out of the way, that is by far the hardest part. Okay, so this mechanism, I made it so my biggest worry was I didn't want to have a chest that had a big heavy lid that wanted to slam shut. When you open it, I wanted it to be able to stay where you set it. So the mechanism, it took a few iterations, but I've got the main bar, which is the polar bar, and then I've got 100 Newton lift support, lifting strut, and then a spring. And then if you see on the back, I've got that metal rod that holds the whole thing from tipping forward, that goes down in that sleeve collar. And then if you look, it'll go straight up and down. And then as it goes down, it suppresses the lift support, and that makes it a lot lighter. So you got this big heavy lid that's got all these drawers in it that takes a lot of the weight off of it. But then that spring holds it in place. And it's nice because it pulls up above so that your drawers don't have to come out inside of the thing. And so when I have it all in there, it doesn't kill that space to still get into those drawers. Sort of nice design, I'm excited about it. So because this drawer, when it comes out, it sort of comes out aggressively. I got that so that it'll flip up and catch right there when it's coming through, so that that drawer doesn't just shoot out on the ground. Because this is the spring that pops it out, and it's sort of aggressive. It's starting to get sort of dark in here, but it sets right here, and then that drawer that comes in right here will push that and unlatch it, and that's what launches that out. That's how that launches out. I can actually shove it in there right now. And then if you come in here and push that, that's why I have that stopper on there so it doesn't just launch out onto the ground. So it should be just like that. This piece goes right here. That's where the last key is hidden. And then this one right here is a little tricky. I've got to put and then I've got this little tool right here. The mechanism here, you've got a catch right here, and then you've got your latch right here. You can sort of see in there. And when you turn the leg right here, that's just a free floating leg because there's a fifth leg under here that actually supports the weight. So you can turn that, and that catches that releases this catch right here. And so I'll shove it in here so you can sort of see. Catches like that, you turn the leg, pops it out like that. And that's why I have that catch right here so it doesn't just launch out onto the floor. Look at that. Okay, so this one is a little bit tricky. This is the first drawer, and it has this lever here, which the lion head itself is going to be what spins the lever. This goes on here, that goes inside of there. And then inside the drawer itself, it has this catch that is screwed down to the floor of the chest that'll catch on. So you have to spin the lion head to unlock it to open it. And all of those mechanisms are going to be hidden underneath. You won't see them at all. But I thought I'd show them before they disappear forever. So. here's the catch on the other side, so you can't hyperextend on this side. This is an old lock. I actually rekeyed it, made a new key that works inside of there. I found that at the antique store. That goes on like that. But to get it on now, I have to put these little thin screws. And then this piece, the lion head, goes on right here. Should sit just flush, just nice so you can turn it. Rides on those washers in there. And then on this side, I put this bar. It's gotta go right between there and there. Here we go. And then the way that works, you turn the lion head, and then the key right here locks. I had to put the keys upside down so that they would lock down, but it works. Then we got the drawer slides. Nothing too exciting about them. The round-headed screws on these. Star head. The interior door slide goes on right there. And then it just slides in. Wait for the clicks. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this one's a lot like the other one. It's just a longer drawer, but it still has the same mechanism, just a longer mechanism. I'll just get to it. And then this one has two stoppers, so it'll come out the same distance this drawer comes out and stop, and then you have to twist it again to get it to go past that point. So that's sort of the puzzle with that piece. You'll see how it works here in a second. Dusty drawer owners. Okay, let's see if it's gonna work the first try. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, worked the first time. Love that. See, so this trick here, you open it, you're like, oh, okay, that's the same as this one. But if you turn it again, then it opens further, and the key will be hidden back there for the next one. Okay, so this one is sort of the same. Put that on there, but the difference is when you twist this, this is what pushes that lever in here. So when you twist it, this point right here will hit that lever right there. Sometimes you have to just put redundancies in there so that when people go to yank and crank on things, they don't break it. It's just a redundancy. That's also why I use such thick hardware, because there's just no way you're gonna logically break that, even if you crank on it, shove it. Because I could have used thinner metal, but I would rather it be overbuilt than underbuilt. Gone. When I get to the finished, when I'm about to finish a project like this, it's like this huge weight coming off your shoulder that you're just like, done. Half finished thing, months in the work, making it actually working when it comes together is like a huge relief. I guess there's a little bit of sense of accomplishment, but mostly it's just like a, finally, you know? Okay, first try, come on. The drawer slides all lined up. Wait for the clicks. Where's the other click? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's not catching somehow. Oh, I know what's wrong. Okay. So what's going on is this is, see how it can go up and down like that? It's going like that and going up above the catch. So to fix that, I'm gonna put a spacer underneath the catch that'll bump it up by like 1/8 of an inch. It's cheating a little bit, but only you and I know. So I always like to say, yeah, it's a secret, because they're always like, it's not a hidden compartment. And I'm like, just because 6 million people saw it doesn't mean it's not a secret. It's all of our secret now. So there's my 1/8 inch spacer. I'm just gonna put that underneath that catch. 4th time's the charm. Let's try that again. Aha! Aha! You turn it to open it, but then if you turn it and push it in, pops that out. And for the last piece, drum roll, right here. This comes around. Oh, this is not the last piece. I have the lock over there. That goes like that. And then I've got this locking mechanism. Locking mechanism slides in right there. Make sure it works. Here's the key. Boop. And then just got a bunch of drawers to put in. So the next part is putting in fabric. I like to put fabric on the bottom of the drawers. It makes it pop a little bit. So I'll show doing that real quick. Nothing too exciting. I start with cutting out pieces like this that are gonna go into the drawers, and then it's as simple as just coating this in the fabric and then slipping it into the drawer. So on these smaller ones, I usually do like a board like this, but that's like a 1/4 inch. But because these drawers are so shallow already, I figured out I could use aluminum, pretty thin. And so I need to cut the aluminum. So what I did is I stole my dad's chopper. Sorry, Dad. And I'm gonna use it to chop. It's usually used to chop paper, but today it's gonna chop aluminum. And it almost works, so that's good. So these are gonna go right in here. I'm gonna cover them and coat them in fabric, and then they'll go inside of the drawer just like that. Okay, so here's the walkthrough. You start over here on this corner. You've got the leg here, you turn the leg, that pops open right here. Inside of this drawer is hidden this key. This key goes here. Unlock that, and then you have to turn the lion head because there's an actual latch on there. So you turn the lion head, that opens it up to here. And then to find the next key, you actually have to turn the lion head again, and that opens up further. Inside of here, there is another key. Here's the next key. This key goes to this drawer. Again, you gotta turn the lion head, open it. I hid the next key up here. It's magneted to the roof. And then that key goes here. Turn the lion head. And then this drawer is a little bit different. You actually shut it, turn the lion head, and then push it in. This has a drawer here. Got your main key. Take that. That actually unlocks the chest. I've got a solve video where somebody solves it for the first time. I'll link it to the end of the video. and then that gets you into the main compartment. And I actually have this available on the website. I wanted it to be used, like to be able to be used as actual furniture, but you could set it up as a puzzle. So you could just leave these unlocked and then just use it as a chest, or you can have it set like a puzzle. So it's sort of dual purpose furniture.